Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new series that we have going on the channel right now. This won't be as long as Texans franchise, but this is Rams franchise, or I don't know what else I'm going to call it. But we're going to do whatever. We're going to do a rebuild with, or a franchise with the 2023 rookies. Jalen Carter just has an arrest warrant out. Um, he will not participate in the combine, it looks like, but he says that the truth will be out and that he will be clear of any criminal charges or anything like that. But it is what it is. We'll have to start with cutting two players, and yeah, we've got some worthy opponents or worthy people up here for sure. But we're gonna go with who they cut in real life, which would have to be the Bobby Wagner, the 33-year-old normal development linebacker who's been good throughout his whole entire career. And yeah, he will have to be cut because he was cut in real life. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Go get business taken care of, and we'll take on a penalty of 7.5. So not realistic, in my opinion. Or I guess it's too realistic, in my opinion. And we also have to cut one more player. Who would it be at all? Yeah, it's going to have to be Matthew Orzech if you're lower than a 28 overall. So that's fine by me, for sure. We'll go ahead and see what players we have to re-sign. This will basically be the off-season episode of the new series, and we're just going to be going through everything. No games will be played or anything like that, but we will be drafting in this video and whatnot. Havenstein can walk. Matt Gay can walk. Rapp, I would want to trade away again. Greg Gaines would be good to have, I guess, if he's down for like this deal. He does. He wants to stay with the team. That's fine. David Long would be. I don't know. I like the player. He's young. If he wants to stay on the team for a little less money, that's fine by me as well. Ashawn Robinson. Riley Dixon's 30. I thought the kid was young. David Edwards can walk. Baker can walk. Brandon Powell. Yeah, this is pretty much just is what it is. I don't think that we're gonna bring back too many guys, but go ahead and head it into free agency where we'll have a lot to do for sure. We're gonna have to do. We're basically rebuild right now. We're full rebuild. We're looking for people. We're gonna trade some people for sure. I don't know if Rashad Penny feels like a boost over Cam Akers. I'm not quite sure on that. At wide receiver, what do we got here? We got Boo Boo. Boo Boo's here. I'm looking for like really young guys that can develop. Like Isaiah Hodgins would be fun. Just no interest. So not really much interest goes back into his contract. Rashid Shaheed could be fun, but not really feeling it. Marvin Jones is good, but not like that. Richie James, maybe I'll take like a 1 year rental towards the top, like a Tim Patrick. That could be fun. Go 1 year, 7 mil, 3.5. I think that's good if we're the only offer on him, of course. We are fighting with the Texans for Tim Patrick. Something I never thought I'd be saying. Nobody has interest. And then at left tackle, Andre Dillard's here. Don't need him necessarily. He's the same person. Ben Powers is here. We could use him for sure. Maybe 3 years, 6.5. Lower that down to 6. That should put us up there at least in consideration. And then at right guard, if Nate Davis had interest, oh boy, I'd be right after it. So it is what it is. We'll go ahead and just get over it. Terrence Steele is here, but he's gonna be worth a pretty penny here, close to 10 mil a year, and that is if he is not being targeted really by anybody else, and we're still overpaying. And then at left end, could use someone like Bryce Huff, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. We have Leonard Floyd, and then we also have who at right outside, Daniel Hardy. We're gonna need some sort of pass rush because we've only got Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd, and then we were able to re-sign Greg Gaines, and so we're probably gonna need someone on the interior. So whoever that could be, Chris Wormley can come play for us. He's got high block shed. Sure, if you want to, be a player, that's fine. To me, that's a lot of money for a Chris Wormley caliber player for sure. Shy Tuttle, I'm not interested in. Not really interested in any of those guys either. O'Shea Jimenez, he's good. He's actually pretty, like, really good. I'm fine to bring him on. Old Dominican or old old Demonian. I don't know. O'Shea Jimenez though, I do want on the team. That is 5 out of 5, and we still got a lot more to do. So, can we cancel anyone's contract here? Chris Wormley, I think that we'll just withdraw from his real quick and then go back to shopping. At middle linebacker, if any one of these guys had interest towards the top, like if TJ Edwards had it, I'd be so down. But unfortunately, not the case. I do like David Long. I am a fan. Anthony Walker. Deion Jones has some interest. I'm fine with that if he wants to come on 2 years and really help Ernest Jones, develop. That'd be cool. Looking at right outside linebacker, seeing if I want anyone. No. Cornerback, do I want any one of these guys? Not really, that I can't get later. Free safety. Who's at our safeties? I'm not quite sure. I couldn't tell you. But Ben Powers, Tim Patrick, Terrence Steele, Deion Jones, and O'Shea Jimenez were all, we're basically, we could get 0 or we can get all of them. Don't know. But we did get Ben Powers, Tim Patrick, Terrence Steele, Deion Jones, and O'Shea Jimenez. That is all 5 of them. How in the world did we get all 5 of them? That is very bizarre to me. But at cornerback, we could use a little something at corner for sure. If it ever wanted to load. Maybe Rocky Sean is still here. But Mike Hughes is. Very interested in Mike Hughes. Nick Needham as well. But Mike Hughes for sure. I would be very interested in this for sure. Mike Hughes. Targeted, yeah, we got one offer on him. Okay, who are our safeties looking at? We're looking at Russ Yeast, and then we'll have Jordan Fuller on this side, and we have nobody else. So we're looking for a free safety that, can play. I don't think that we'll find one in this class here. Terrell Burgess maybe could be fun, but it is what it is. At kicker, we're going to need someone. Evan McPherson is in. Are you kidding? Give me Evan McFrickin-Fearson. 25 and go all the way down to 1. That is way too high of a money to get to a kicker, way too big of a contract to give to a freaking kicker, but it is what it is. Mitch Wishnowski. So Tommy Townsend has the leg right now. That's the rumor around the league, going to 1.5 and 1 mil. We might be able to get him. I highly doubt it, but we might. Top 100, these will be our offers. I think Mike Hughes the biggest one here for sure. We did not get Mike Hughes. So, go back to the drawing board with the corners. See who's there. We got to make a educated, get Isaiah Oliver could be fun. I don't know. I might just pass on him. Actually, yeah, we're going to pass. We don't even have the cap room to do so. So, just looking at Townsend and Fearson. We don't need Townsend. I'm out. Give me McPherson. No, and he does have another offer. Oh my goodness. We got Evan McPherson, ladies and gents. We got him. But I will take one little stroll around free agency here looking for something of some sort because we're going to need it. I'm almost 100% sure on that. Was that Jerick McKinnon with interest? Jerick McKinnon with interest. I'm down for a 1-year, $2 million deal if I raise that up. Jerick McKinnon, very solid for this past year for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that we could really take advantage of that. Carter, I'm not a fan. Nobody else, I'm really a fan of. At wide receiver, we did bring in Tim Patrick, so we do have that at least. Just for this year, though. I'm not really looking for him in the future. Defensive tackle, if anyone's here, Jordan Phillips. I'm not particularly interested. Outside, middle linebackers, we're good. We did get Deion Jones at corner. If someone really had, a good case, Nick Needham has 86 speed, I'm not into it. And then Isaiah Oliver only has, orange interest. But if Anthony Brown, for 1 year, couldn't be the worst thing ever. We're going to need corner. I think that we don't have the cap. for that. Okay. Why? Oh, because Jerick McKinnon's contract. That's all right. Would I rather have Jerick McKinnon or or not Nick Needham, the other guy, the guy that I was gonna sign, Anthony Brown. I don't know which one I'd rather have. I guess let's see if what's his face, Jerick McKinnon wants to sign. If he signs this time around, which he does, we'll use the rest of our money and try to finagle a contract to Anthony Brown. It won't be a pretty contract for him as far as his life choices go, and too bad he's already taken. Jiminy Christmas, 33-year-old Xavier. It would be fun. Isaiah Oliver, 2-year deal. What do we don't have much money. Okay, so this would be the best possible contract we can give out to a corner right now. That's how broke we are. So Isaiah Oliver, please, I'm begging you, come to LA, and it looks like he will. So that'll be our free agent class. You guys saw him. Sorry, I've been really bad at the commentary thing so far, but hopefully we can head into a fun stride of maybe some trades, hit the draft. I'm not quite sure what we'll do yet. And so here's the new look Rams after free agency. I'm going to try to trade a few guys. Spoiler alert. Maybe Cam Akers, Allen Robinson, Tyler Higbee might be gone. Matt Stafford might be gone. Defensively, going to probably look to trade Leonard Floyd, Jalen Ramsey for sure. Anybody else I'm really looking at? Not really. So basically, who do we have rushing the quarterback? Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted. Aaron Donald and Greg Gaines up the interior, and Zimenez and Floyd. We're going to try to hold on to Aaron Donald, but worst comes to worst, we trade him. It's not too big of a deal. At least I don't feel like it is. Bobby Brown can come up and play right left end for us. David Long, and then we also have Isaiah Oliver, who can take over the... Anywho, offensively, we've got a couple of good pieces on the O-line, but we're definitely going to need more. Definitely a different tackle, and we're going to need some interior guys. Vanny, Jefferson, I don't know what role he'll play in this upcoming season. Cooper Kupp, I mean, he's 28 or 9? 30 years old. Okay, never mind. I guess he's pretty good, so we can rely on him for at least another year or two. Maybe he retires after this year. I'm not quite sure. He'll regress like crazy. I can already tell you that much. And tell me if you're vibing with the new camera placement, because I know some of you guys who've been watching the channel for a while knew that the camera was not there. So let me know how you guys feel about that. I feel like it's pretty good. It's pretty cool in my opinion. But let's get to trading. We've just run into a roadblock. Unfortunately, we can't consider the offer if it will put us over the salary cap. But as you guys can see, trading Matt Stafford will help us do not that. So we're trying to trade for, give a weird trade package. But, I mean, what is going on with Madden? It sucks really bad. I'll still try to make a deal, I guess, with, other people. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can work a way around this. Okay, so here's a done deal. Cam Akers just across for a second. I wasn't really expecting that to go through, I'm going to be honest. But it is what it is. Cam Akers is gone, I guess. And now next is probably Allen Robinson is who I'd probably look to trade at least. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. We have 2 seconds, an early one, and whatnot. So we're going to look for a first-round pick, probably from the Jalen Ramsey trade. We'll probably go for a first, second, and then maybe a second next year, something like that. And then we might actually end up trading our next year first to get something decent. But I'm not sure. We'll just shop Allen Robinson right now, see if we can get him gone. We'll see what sort of outcome we can get. Done deal. We get a third this year from the Bengals and then their first round pick. We also give away a third round next year with Tyler Higbee and Allen Robinson. To me, that's fair tradesies. I don't think I see anything wrong with that. We are officially in the first round. We have 2 second round picks. We have 2 third round picks. And then we have 3 6th round picks. It's a bit rough, but Matt Stafford's probably the next to go, along with probably one of these 6th round picks and then something else. Okay, so yeah, I think what it is Matthew Stafford's contract is actually bigger than the 1.5, and then there's some sort of penalty to whatnot. So we literally cannot trade whatever his face is, but Ben Skoranek is probably as good as gone. We're just gonna need some scrap boy to get this one to go. Let's go with Lance Lenoir. Done deal. Ben Skoranek, Lance Lenoir, and whatever, just across for a 5th round pick. happy with that, but I'm still curious because I do want to move Matthew Stafford, and I'm not sure if we can do that, and it would be probably to the Buccaneers because I really don't want them taking one, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is exactly why I wish we had more than 3 trading slots, was because look at how close we are with this sort of deal right here. And we add one more, like, next year 5th or something, and we got it. But it's so bullcrap. You see so many times that you, like, can deal, like, way more than 3 freaking things. But in Madden, you can only deal 3 different things. It's so dumb. So, yeah, we literally just cannot make a trade with Matt Stafford. It'll put us over the salary cap, apparently. So, what we're going to have to do is just straight up wheel and deal Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, a 6th next year and a 6th this year for a straight across 3rd round pick. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty good, but so we got this first. It's a really late first. So we're going to need more than just these 2. And then we've got 3 3rd round picks. I want that 5th. I want to keep one of these 6. So I'll probably look to sell another 6th with some, I don't know, someone. And then we're going to need like some next year's deal or something. I don't know. We'll look around. I really do want to sell this pick while it's valued so high. I would appreciate that. Done blockbuster deal. We're giving our 1st next year, Jalen Ramsey, and a 3rd this year for number 8, and then projected number 8 next year, which is kind of a bummer. And then 20 or 40 overall pick, or 40th overall pick this year. So our draft board will look like this. We'll have number 8, 29, 38, 40, 50, 66, and then 93, 147. I probably do want a 4th rounder. I really wish we could trade Matthew Stafford, though. That would really put me over the top. But right now, we are literally just scrapping this team. New ownership is in here. We are making sure that we are leaving our mark on this team, trading away probably the best person on the team. And then next year, we actually will have some sort of 1st and 2nd round pick. Next year, 4th. We're missing a next year 3rd, which I'm fine with, personally. But I do want to keep, like, both those 6th round picks. And then we'll have a lot. But like I said, I do want that 4th round pick. And I don't know, man. I really wish I could trade Matthew Stafford. But, I mean, it just, no one seems to be, like, really taking it right now. So, like, look at this. Unfortunately, we can't consider the offer of the salary cap. Whatever. Oh, it's so annoying. So, yeah, Matthew Stafford's worth a big chunk of money. So, I just don't know how I can trade him. I can't just cut him. I can't. There's just no way. I guess Matthew Stafford's going to be our quarterback. I just got to make sure that there's nothing else worth scrapping on this team. I did not mean to hit a just lineup, but while we're doing it, let's look at the team. Matthew Stafford, Jerick McKinnon's our running back. Van Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Tim Patrick, Tutu Atwell. Bryce Hopkins is the number 1 tight end now. Steele, Allen, Powers, Noteboom, and then Shelton. Defensively here as well, we got Jordan Fuller, O'Shane Ximines, Greg Gaines, Aaron Donald. I do want to get rid of Aaron Donald now that we are scrapped the team. Like, we have literally scrapped the team. I mean, he's just so good, though. It's so hard to, like, I don't know, move on from a guy like Aaron Donald, right? So I really do want to, and Cooper Kupp, I would love to flip Cooper Kupp. Ooh, maybe we could flip Cooper Kupp. You know, if this deal went through, I would so do it. It's a this year 1st, next year 1st, and a this year 2nd. I would do that in a heartbeat, but it didn't go through, so not too worried about it. And now if this deal went through, I'd do it, but it didn't. Yeah, I mean, I'd even do it for this. Oh my God, I actually kind of got nervous for a second. So I don't want to. I mean, it really comes down to, like, me cringing for it to realize that I don't want to do that. Let's get into the draft. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the draft. We have paused the draft. We will look at the draft board. It'll be Will Anderson probably off the board first. Then we'll probably see Bryce Young, Jalen Carter, CJ Stroud, Myles Murphy. And then we might want Will Levis. I'm not quite sure what I even want at number 8. I think it really comes down to what's there. So we'll see who the Bears want to take off the board. I don't know why I'm paused. I probably should repause. It'll be Will Anderson off the board. And then do we want to try to make a move up here? No. Bryce Young is the quarterback. Jalen Carter, I'd have to assume, goes here. And then here is where we might see CJ Stroud. It's Miles Murphy, luckily. Meaning Tyree Wilson probably off the board. And then who here? Christian Gonzalez. And then we might see a quarterback, CJ Stroud, taken here. It's just whether or not I want to move up for CJ Stroud or stick with Will Levis. Because I would consider quarterback here. I don't think that would really go for anybody else. Devin Witherspoon would be nice, but need that quarterback of the future. I think CJ Stroud, dude, it's just so hard to tell or to like really write a script. I think that they're gonna go with CJ Stroud, meaning I probably have to trade up. If we can find a good deal, I'm not gonna overpay. I'd be fine with Will Levis, but I think that right now I'd prefer CJ Stroud. Done deal, an extra sixth will get us up this one spot, which is severely underpaying to get CJ Stroud, by the way. So that is probably who I will go with right here. I don't think that there's too much doubt about it. CJ Stroud probably looks to be my pick here. A, deep accuracy, B, medium. C, short throwing accuracy. All around, just a good quarterback. And I'm happy to take CJ Stroud off the board right here for sure. So CJ Stroud is the pick. And then at number 8, Will Levis probably will be the one off the board. It's Jordan Addison. Oh my, that is a huge twist in this draft order for sure. Might see Michael Mayer off the board. They're going for a tight end. And then we'll see Devin Witherspoon to the Eagles. Brian Brzee flying up the board, by the way, to the Tennessee Titans. Nolan Smith taken this early. Some of the tackles are falling. Did not mean to unpause that, by the way. Nolan Smith and Peter Skoronski and then Quentin Johnston, if I had to guess. Jackson Smith and Jigba off the board. Lucas Van Ness here. No, Will Levis. Oh my. Wow, this is definitely something right here. Definitely a Packers move for sure. Joey Porter Jr. off the board now. Paris Johnson just gets off the board. Very impressive. Trenton Simpson, a player I probably would have really loved at our pick. And then Anthony Richardson off the board. Lucas Van Ness off the board. Quentin Johnston falls to the Dolphins. Drew Sanders off the board. So that's both of the right outside linebackers I wanted. Nolan Smith and him. Bijan gone now as well. Osiris Torrance off the board. We're getting closer to our pick now. Dalton Kincaid. Don't need that there. That is a bad pick if I've ever seen one. Broderick Jones I would have considered. And then right here, Jalen Hyatt off the board. Oh me, oh my. Yes, I built this draft class. And yes, Brian Branch is very much not at the top of my board, but I would love Brian Branch at this point, let me tell you. I would also love John Muir. I would also love Antonio Johnson. Oh my dear Lord, there's so many good players at this spot. I love BJ Ojulari, DeJuan Jones, I'm a fan. I love Darnell Wright, Keon White as well. Oh my goodness, there's so many good options. It's so hard to only take one of these guys. I'm not in love with Brian Branch. We've got another pick in the next 7 picks. 7 is Emmanuel Forbes. We might be able to get one of Darnell Wright or Keon White. It's really hard to kind of gauge this. For sure, we need an edge rusher, and there are none of those down the board necessarily. Isaiah Foskey is probably the best bet early, and then Keon White actually as well. So we have the 6 and 8. Okay, this is going to be a lot of gigabrain planning here. Brian Branch will be my pick here at whatever. Dude, I don't think you can get a better pick this far down the board, in my opinion. We'll go up. Antonio Johnson off the board. Hurts. Jahmyr Gibbs. Anton Harrison. Holding my breath after every single... Darnell Wright off the board. That is such a punch in the gut. That is such a punch in the gut. Definitely was going to be my target there. Darnell Washington. Who do they go with here? They go John Michael Schmitz. And then, please don't tell me anyone goes Keon White at this point. I know I'm going to say that and he's going to fly off the board. It's too predictable, man. It's we just missed out on a bunch of good players. Edge rusher, I'm really intrigued in, and I would like BJ Ojulari, Isaiah Foskey. But they don't really fit what we're trying to do here. I mean, BJ Ojolari, I guess, can, but I really wanted Keon White. DeJuan Jones, tackle of the future, could be. Tuli Tui Pelotu, fan of. Like Kayshon Boutte quite a bit. Deontay Banks, Gervon Dexter. Nobody really down the board except Zach Harrison, I wouldn't mind. Uh, yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to do something, though. We're going to have to do something. Devin A-Chain would be fun. Just an absolute speed demon. Tuli's there. BJ Ojolari. It's so tough, man. Because these guys don't really fit the system, but they're great players. So that's just what it really comes down to. I need to make my decision now. I think Siaka Ika being here is really intriguing as well. Or a trade down, which I'm also very much contemplating right now. I think that we'll just have to trade down. We've got a pick and 2 picks anyways. So I'm down to trade down and get like a 3rd and 4th round pick if I can. Done deal. We're using that 6th round pick and the 2nd to get move down 10 spots and pick up a 4th. I don't know how I really feel about all that. Oh, we moved down right here to right here. Isaiah Foskey off the board and Siaka Ika, leaving us 2 picks down the board. We can trade down again if we'd like, but BJ Ojolari and I think DeJuan Jones being here is too good to pass up. I don't think we're going to get a tackle like DeWant down the board. I mean, there are tackles, but they're not like that great. And I think that I would want, I would want DeJuan Jones. It's so tough, man. It's so tough to draft because he's not the best player. Let's get DeJuan Jones. Screw it. It's not a great pick, honestly, but it is what it is. We move down 7 picks. Go to next pick. Tui Pelotu off the board. Derek Hall off the board. BJ Ojolari finally gets off the board. And then Mozzie Smith goes down. And then Luke Musgrave. Don't mind that pick. Cody Mauch. And Will McDonald off the board. And then this is probably where we will take our edge rusher. I'm going to reach far down the board for this one. One of my favorite players in the whole entire class, Zach Harrison. One of my favorite players. All around a crazy athlete that's got some power behind him. Just an all around absolute stud. Zach Harrison be my pick. And then we've also got a pick right now as well. So we've gotten DeJuan Jones, Zach Harrison. We need receiver. I see Josh Downs. He's probably not the receiver I'm going for. Kayshon Boutte, probably not my guy either. I'm going to look to trade down. We've also got the 2nd pick and whatnot. So I would like to trade down, not too far, but maybe Steve Avila is here, and that's probably going to be my target. I'd like to trade down probably, 8 picks down from where I'm at and then pick up like a 3rd round pick or something. I'm not sure. Done deal. 50. We move down 8 spots, acquire a 3rd round pick, moving Tutu Atwell and Darion Kendrick. Tutu Atwell is never going to play for us or play well for us in Madden. He might be a good player in real life. I don't really care about that. I think that really comes down to what he'd do in Madden for us, and I don't think it's much. So, moving on from then, Josh Downs is taken off the board. Bergeron, Tucker Kraft off the board. We're getting closer to our pick. Steve Avila goes off the board. Quite a bummer right there. That's probably going to be my pick. Or my go-to at least. Felix Ndike Uzama. I don't know why I say Uzoma. I hate it. So at this pick, we've got a couple of options as well. With wide receiver Zay Flowers falling, just continues to fall. Kalijah Kancey. I do like Kayshon Boutte quite a bit. Zach Charbonnet and Rashee Rice. So I'm not sure. I don't mind Zach Charbonnet for sure. Like, he's a good runner and whatnot, and we might be able to do a dual back system. But I also am a fan of Rashee Rice. Julius Brent, 6'4", 202 down the board would be so fun. I wish I had like live chat right now so I can ask you guys your opinions. But down the board, I mean, there's not really anybody else that I really want. Cedric Tillman would be nice. I feel like that's a fun pick. But I would rather... Okay, so my between right now is Julius Brents, Zach Charbonnet, and Andre Carter, and Kayshon Boutte, and maybe even Kalijah Kancey here. But I don't know what else I'm really supposed to go with. I mean, Van Jefferson contract expiring, Tim Patrick contract expiring, and Cooper Kupp getting a little older. So I'm fine with Kayshon Boutte here. I can talk myself into it. Not the fastest, but he's got some good speed and like good stuff after the catch. I like those traits for sure. Deonte Banks, even. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. I didn't even think about him. 6'2", 205. Plays really well. I mean, he's not even that fast either, but can play really well, and he can play the ball incredibly well. Yeah, Maryland corner, one of my favorites. Tariq Stevenson's really good as well. Zach Charbonnet being here is really interesting. I just don't think that he's worth like where we're gonna pick him at. And then Julius Brents here, if he runs within the 4.5s, so 4.53. So I was thinking like 4.49 would be my minimum. We're going to need corner, so it's something we have to address, and I think towards the top of the board, one of the best ones are there, and that is Deonte Banks and Tariq Stevenson. It's kind of which one do you prefer? It depends on how fast Stevenson runs, really, for me. A 4.48 is much faster, and his coverages are still fine, not deep. Okay, I think I've made my mind up. All right, I think it's finally there. I think I finally made my mind up. Deonte Banks, welcome to the Los Angeles Rams. He's not the fastest, like we've already mentioned, but we've seen guys like that work in the past, and so we'll have to deal with it. Kalijah Cansey's next one off the board. Keanu Benton, Wisconsin defensive tackle. Dax Charbonnet off the board. Zay Flowers finally falls. Sidney Brown, safety out of Syracuse, I think. Tanner McKee. And then who's next off the board is Kayshon Boutte, someone I would have highly tolerated or highly considered at this pick for sure. Brents is still here. Campbell, big fan of Jack Campbell. That is for sure. Cedric Tillman, as well. Zach Evans is down the board a little bit. I don't really know. For me, it's between Andre Carter, Stevenson, and probably Brents and Campbell. But Campbell, I mean, he's so good, but what does he really do for this team? Deion Jones is quite good. Ernest Jones can be fine. He can play one of those outside linebacker spots. He doesn't really rush the quarterback, though. So it's hard to tell. Campbell's a good talent. I think he's just a good player. I think that we'll just go with Jack Campbell. I don't think it makes sense to pass on a guy like that. And then now we have all the way to the 26th pick. We have 23 picks down the board. Remember that number. 23 to get, I mean, someone down this board. I'll continue to look because I had someone in mind. Oh, I know exactly who it is. It's Andrew Voorhees I want. He has 5 picks where we're past. So I'm going to go ahead and do this myself. I'm going to individually, go down every single pick until like probably a round pick. I don't know. So we're going to try to trade up here with the Lions at this point. We've done quite a bit of trading with them in the past with the whatever picks. So yeah, we're going to be moving up. Wait a minute. Is it with the Lions? Oh, this is the Bears. I'm an idiot. Let's go to the Lions this time instead of the right team here. We're going to be moving up 8 picks. I'm not just sure who to give up, though. I don't know. They can have, like, Bobby Brown, I guess. I don't know. Done deal, Rochelle, and Koski will get us up 8 picks, I guess. 2 very bad players that will never touch the field for me. We'll go ahead and make our selection here. It's going to be Andrew Voorhees, USC guard, taken down the board here. I wanted him so bad. I just couldn't miss out on him. 6'6", 325, 24 years of age. He's got a lot of experience. He's a very good athlete along with a very strong prospect who's got quite a bit of everything. I think Andrew Voorhees is a guard of the future for me and for us. And then, do I want anybody in the next 10 picks? I doubt it. Rashee Rice falls all the way to now. That's intriguing to me for sure. Tyjae off the board. I do have someone in mind for my next pick. Let's just hope he doesn't go in the next 4 picks. Tank Bigsby off the board. Ooh, what did I just do? Oh boy. I thought I just absolutely screwed myself. Go back. Next 4 picks we have to get through. Let me see where he's at. So with the 29th overall pick in this one right here, I do want to address a little bit more than what we've already have. And I think that, DeMarvion Overshown is nice. Kendre Miller down the board is pretty cool as well. A.T. Perry, I'm just looking down the board. I already know exactly who I'm going to take. Rashad Torrance, I'm really interested in down the board. Jaden Reed, I'm a really big fan of, but we have the next pick's in that long. Okay. This gets a little bit complicated because I'm gonna have to take someone so far down the board. Okay, so we're gonna have this pick, and then in another 19 picks, down the board. So I'll have this one, and then another 19 would go ahead, and then I'd go for either Mekhi Gardner or someone down here, Michael Wilson, perhaps Trey Dean even being there. Okay, so this is going to sound crazy. I'm taking Chase Brown, someone who's not supposed to go for a while. One of my favorite players in the whole entire draft class. This guy's an absolute stud. I cannot wait to see what he does in the real league. But I have him, obviously pretty highly rated in this one for sure. And so now we just got to hope that one of my guys don't go in the next pick, because I'm not trading up any further. There's no way. I know I could. It's that easy. But I refuse to. Blake Freeland off the board. Kendre Miller off the board. I also like Kendre Miller quite a bit. Nathaniel Tank Dell goes off the board. Jarrett Patterson is not bad. Nick Herbig, he's pretty good. Wisconsin outside linebacker. Rashad Torrance off the board. And then Zach Pickens. And then Isaiah McGuire, player I like. Parker Washington as well off the board is good. DeMarvion Overshown, someone I would have gone for. Ojamo, and then Kenny McIntosh, meaning someone of my liking fell to our pick. I guess someone of my likings have fallen to my pick, and at wide receiver, that is both A.T. Perry and Jayden Reed. I'm also a big fan of Rakim Jarrett and also Michael Wilson, but Jayden Reed will be my go-to here. One of my favorite players in the draft. I think that he's falling a little bit too far. All right. I think that he had good value at the beginning of this year and then kind of lowered his draft stock, whatever. I'm just going to go to my next picks then. Pretty much done drafting. Not completely, but pretty much done. Israel Abanikanda goes off the board. And then at number 19, Jalen Jones still being here is fun. I would like, a player like him for sure. Riley Moss, Tyler Scott. A.T. Perry is still here. So we can go A.T. Perry. He can even play tight end for us if he can bulk up a little bit at 195. That's a bit light. So we need him to really get up there for sure. He runs not all that fast, but for a tight end, that's pretty fast. Spec catches up there. A.T. Perry, Wake Forest. Sure, let's go A.T. Perry. I don't really need much thought into that. I mean, I will still look at the players on the board, make sure that nobody has fallen, that I really want to take advantage of, someone not really going. And, Riley Moss is one that I was really looking at. And then Mekhi Gardner as well. But I think I will... I hate to do that because I would have taken him right here. But I will trade back up for Riley Moss as well. I'll trade up to even this pick if I have to. Done deal. Yeaston Jackson and a 6th across just to move up. About 100 picks, I think he said. Just kidding. I don't think it was quite that much. But we do lose our 6th round pick, which is kind of a bummer. I do like our 6th round pick. I had someone in mind, but hopefully he goes to a UDFA instead. Riley Moss will be the pick off the board here. As our last pick, we will get to the back end of the draft and to the end of it. Look at our contracts, look at our players, look at the studs we got. And moment of truth. Here it is, right here. CJ Stroud, quarterback. Got him. Brian Branch, probably one of the best defensive players in the draft. We got at 29. And then Dwan Jones is fine. Zach Harrison's really good. Deonte Banks, Jack Campbell, Andrew Voorhees, Chase Brown, Jayden Reed, A.T. Perry, and Riley Moss. So obviously I made the draft class. Obviously I know these players. Obviously I know much about the players I love. And most of these guys are players I love. But that's what this franchise is about. So say I'm cheesing, whatever. I don't care. You hear me? I don't care. So we'll go ahead and move to the preseason. Look at some UDFAs, undrafted free agents. And I don't know. I want to see if one guy is there because I really love this one player, Cincinnati wide receiver Trey Tucker, one of my favorites for sure. Make sure that he is here. I mean, he's got to be if all these other guys are. Trey Tucker right here, one of my favorites. I already said that like 3 or 4 times, 23-year-old. I mean, he was at the Senior Bowl. He was making just insane stuff happen. So really happy with that one right there as well. And then I'm going to look at tight ends because we're going to need one. We just don't have any. Davis Allen probably would have been someone I should have gone for. Didn't even think about him. Clemson tight end, supposed to go a little later. Ah, crap, that slipped my mind, that's for sure. Jody Fortson, I'd be down for sure. Georgia Arteaga-Whiteside, Cager. I'm not a big fan of Lawrence Cager, honestly. I saw some of him or some of his play earlier, but I don't know. Just wasn't really a fan. Jordan Aiken. I think Jody Fortson will sign on just to have him as a tight end option. Just have someone at tight end at least. Eric Fisher, James Hurst. Not really a fan of any of these guys. I mean, I'll look at practice squad eligible and just go to the top right here. 64, 65, 66. Just looking around. And I'm doing it. I'm going to pay a kicker like crazy for no reason. But I'm going to do it. So have fun with that. That's for sure. So yeah, we'll go ahead and actually take a look at our team. And I mean, I like the team, the look of it. I think we will keep CJ Stroud as quarterback number 2 at least through the preseason. A.T. Perry, it already shows his dev trait for some reason. Trey Tucker, and then Jaden Reed here as well. Voorhees, DeJuan Jones for sure. Defensively, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch will play at strong safety. I probably will move one of these two over to free safety. I think it will have to be Jordan Fuller. I mean, it's got to be. I don't think I can really move Brian Branch away from what he's good at. I'm not saying that Jordan Fuller's any less important to us, but at this point, I think that it's just got to be Jordan Fuller that moves over. So that should be fun. And then, so it should be fine, not fun. Isaiah Oliver will be the cornerback number 1 as well. I do want Deonte Banks out to play number 2 already. And then David Long. I want Riley Moss to probably play over David Long. I'm not sure how well that'll go down, but it should be all right. Linebackers are fine specialists. I will move Campbell and Deion Jones to the inside. I don't think Ernest Jones really has that what it takes. O'Shane Zimenez, Zach Harrison, Aaron Donald, and Greg Gaines will be our defensive line. Should be quite fun. Fuller can play that slot corner, except I probably will move Brian Branch into that role. But that is once we get another backup strong safety, because that would leave responsibilities up at strong safety up for grabs, really. And I don't think that we could really have that unless Riley Moss wants to come in and play strong safety behind Brian Branch. So that might work. We'll figure something out for sure. Ernest Jones might see the field maybe once in a decade or something like that. Not quite sure what this team will look like after preseason, but this is what it'll look like headed into preseason. Although we are missing that true power running back. Chase Brown's more of a receiving back than anything. So we have Kyren Williams, the gadget guy. Jerick McKinnon, not a gadget guy, but catches the ball fluidly and whatnot. So we're really missing that number 1. And I think Samaje Perine would be fun, but not quite what I'm looking for. He's just too slow, in my opinion. You need someone that can really get through. Matt Breida, Bryce Love. I love my Bryce Love. Probably will be my go-to. Dontrell Hilliard is here, though. Oh, my Lord. Go here. Nope. Okay, not what I'm looking for. Anywho, Matt Breida, Darrington Evans, Dontrell, Tyler Johnson, Curtis, 75, Kenyon Drake. But I need that acceleration, bud. What's acceleration up here? Trenton Coleman, or Cannon. Tyler Beatty. Let's go Tyler Beatty. Happy with him. We'll see if he can really take over that running back spot. I mean, we'll give him a chance for sure. Yeah, I'm happy with that for sure. Are you kidding? I didn't even realize that. And then I do want to see all these. Bryce Ford, Wheaton, Rakim Jarrett is out here as well. Might as well take up Rakim. I mean, I'm a fan, so why not? I don't see why not. Seems to be, a good player, right? So I'm going to go for it. If Michael Wilson was here, Stanford receiver that runs routes incredibly well, I would do it, but too bad he's not here. And I will go ahead and not upgrade, but I will go ahead and do these guys' looks and details and whatnot, mess with the gear and numbers that they're wearing. And I do want to put Ernest Jones at right outside linebacker. Maybe he can find a future there, but I don't know. We'll see what type of role he can play. Maybe if someone gets injured, he can go play out for him or something. I'm not quite sure what we'll do yet, but I do want him playing right outside linebacker. Jack Campbell slides inside, just kind of in the numbers and whatnot. But what made me say that, I went on to Jack Campbell, so I was wearing number 24. That is not going to slide with me. Nuh-uh. We cannot do that. He can wear somewhere in the 30s if he'd like, maybe 33 feel like that's a pretty badass linebacker number, but I don't know. I don't even know what Deion Jones is wearing. So I'll go ahead and get all these guys dialed in and whatnot. But this is the team. Next episode will be the preseason episode. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. We did get CJ Stroud and whatnot. So CJ Stroud, Voorhees, Jaden Reed and whatnot. So we're looking very set for the future. Brian Branch, Zach Harrison. We got a lot of studs. I'll put it that way. See you guys next time. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the series as much as I am already. So see ya.